It's a pretty one.
Because my skin is bad. Thank you. This is some battered cauliflower. Is it? No, roasted cauliflower. Roasted cauliflower. It's a mocktail. It's the only drink that didn't seem to have sugar in it. That's why. And I tried it the last time. It was very sour, zesty, and refreshing. And we have a flat white. Thanks for cooking. Why you ignore me? I said thanks for cooking.
You are welcome.
I don't understand the ear thing. Like, what happens if I don't put sunblock on my ear? Maybe I can get skin cancer on that one patch, man.
Yeah.
Really?
Normal.
But it's my ear. Who's gonna look at my ears?
Skin cancer.
On my ear?
Skin is everywhere.
But what are the odds? I don't know. Okay, fine. Help me put. We walked to NTU. Oh, there's some suspicious car right there. These look like HDB flats, man. How much do you think it costs to stay in one of these?
Back door. Oh shit.
Oh no! It broke. I've got to head to office today, so most of the days I'm working from home, but I'm gonna be going to office today and tomorrow, so just getting ready for a shoot right now. Also, I think this is gonna be the last few times you're gonna see this area in general. I will miss this room. I'm moving out very soon, over the upcoming weekend actually, and I'm gonna go back to my parents' place because my time here has run dry. Yeah. Don't really know what to feel about it, but right now I know that I want to look for my own place to stay as well. And honestly, growing up, having my own place to stay has truly just been a big dream, I guess. If you're a friend of mine or if we've spoken before in person, I think you might know just how often I talk about wanting to have a home, a house, a place of my own. The thing is, I never really felt like I had a home. Home is not just a space. Home is a space that gives you a feeling. And that feeling is a sense of security, of safety. I remember having conversations with Liz about wanting to just have a place to feel safe and to go back to. I mean, I love my parents a lot, but over the years, I came to realize that you don't need to live with someone to have a healthy relationship with them. In fact, very often, the further you are apart, right, or the less you stay together, the less you see each other, the healthier that relationship will be. I feel like some relationships can really benefit from space. But space is a difficult thing to achieve in Singapore just because we have land scarcity here, and it's a real issue. I think our government has put in place a lot of structures to help people own homes. But at the end of the day, it's still a fact that there are a lot of people in their 20s who still live with their families, with their parents. And like I said, I love my parents, but I know that one of the periods of times in my entire life that I've had the healthiest relationship with them was when I was overseas, when I was the furthest I've ever been away from them. And that's just a fact. It really was a fact. I was staying in the States for about 4 to 6 months because of exchange, and I never felt more blissful in my life. It was just peace. And my relationship with my family was healthier too. I think I was talking to my parents a lot more just because I lived apart from them. It's not something that I really want to elaborate on right now, but growing up wasn't always like all fun and games. So now that I'm older, I know that I can actually kind of put the dream into practice, make it happen, make it real, try and actually get a place of my own. And especially since in the recent months I've come to realize that, you know, I think I know who my forever partner will be, if you haven't already realized. Yeah, I'll talk about that more some other time, but yeah, we kind of know that I think we can live our life together, and we can live our life together well. So we do want to get a home together, but that's also because in Singapore you can't get a home if you're single and under 35, which was like a huge struggle to me, because when I first started working, I put out this entire Excel sheet of just me planning about how long it would take before I could own a house, afford the down payment of a condo in Singapore, which by the way can go up to like 300k, 2 to 300k for a down payment of 20% of a condo, unless you're looking for like a much smaller place. But yeah, it's just so difficult to afford living in Singapore. I think especially in my after my schooling years, after my JC years, I would say, I became very nomadic. I lived at different places. I lived in school, lived abroad, lived here. I stayed with my friends, stayed over, just was around a lot because I never felt that sense of security. I didn't like to go home. It just didn't feel safe for different reasons. I'll talk about that some other time, but that's really just the truth, and I'm just being upfront. Like every time I talk about like just having a safe place to call home, right, it's just so difficult to explain to people that like all I really want I'm sorry, every time I talk about this I get very emotional just because it's so hard. But all I really want is somewhere to be safe. There's no tissue in this room. Ignore the tears, it's not a big deal, everybody cries. Today's outfit. It is a shoot for TSL Place, supposed to be the Great Office Relay, so we're all wearing office clothing.